There is a version of you that cannot be manipulated. It already exists. You were not born vulnerable. You were made vulnerable, and everything that was made can be unmade. Most people think psychological defense means spotting the tactics. It does not. Spotting tactics is the beginning. Defense is what you build before anyone gets close enough to use them on you. Think of it as armor, not the kind you wear on the outside, the kind that changes how you move through a room, how you respond to pressure, how little you can be moved by someone who has decided to move you. The first principle of psychological self-defense is emotional neutrality under pressure. Not coldness, not distance, neutrality. The ability to hear something provocative and not immediately react to it. Manipulators operate on reaction. Every tactic they use, the guilt, the silence, the reframing, the escalation, is designed to produce a specific emotional response in you. Take away the response, and you take away the power of the tactic. This is harder than it sounds because your reactions feel like truth. When someone makes you feel guilty, your brain interprets that guilt as evidence that you did something wrong. You have to learn to separate the feeling from the fact. The second principle is knowing your own vulnerabilities before someone else finds them. Every person has emotional entry points, places where they are soft, where their judgment bends, where they will do things they would not otherwise do. For some people, it is the need to be liked. For others, it is the fear of conflict. For others, it is guilt or loyalty, or the desperate need to be understood. These are not weaknesses to be ashamed of. They are human, but they are also the first places a manipulator will look. When you know your own entry points, you can watch them. You can notice when someone is pressing on one. You can ask yourself, am I responding to this situation, or am I responding to my own fear of what happens if I don't? The third principle is information control. Most people share too much too soon. They reveal their fears, their insecurities, their history, their hopes within hours of meeting someone. This is not intimacy. This is inventory, and a manipulator will catalog every item. Real intimacy is earned slowly. It is built through consistency and time. If someone is pushing you to open up faster than feels natural, that pressure itself is data. Genuine connection does not require you to accelerate. The fourth principle is pattern recognition over charm. Charm is noise. It is designed to distract you from pattern. The question is never, how does this person make me feel in this moment? The question is, what does this person consistently do over time? Actions repeat. Values reveal themselves in behavior, not in words. A person who is consistently kind in small moments when nothing is at stake is showing you who they are. A person who is charming when they need something and absent when they don't is also showing you who they are. Believe the pattern, not the charm. The fifth principle is the boundary test. Every healthy relationship tolerates boundaries. Every unhealthy one resists them. This is one of the most reliable diagnostic tools in psychological self-defense. You do not need to set dramatic boundaries to test this. Small ones work just as well. Say no to something minor. Decline an invitation. Ask for something to be done differently. Then watch the response. Discomfort is normal. Punishment is a signal. The sixth principle is what is called the gray rock method. When you must interact with someone you cannot fully remove from your life, you become as uninteresting as possible. No emotional reaction, no personal information, no engagement beyond the minimum required. You are not cold, you are not rude, you are simply a gray rock, unremarkable, unresponsive, not worth the effort of manipulation, because manipulation requires a reaction, and you are not giving one. The seventh principle is rebuilding your reality anchor. Long-term exposure to manipulation erodes your sense of what is real, what is normal, and what you deserve. Rebuilding this requires external reference points, trusted people outside the situation, written records of what actually happened, time away from the environment that was distorting your perception. The goal is to reconnect with a version of reality that has not been filtered through someone else's agenda. The eighth and final principle is accepting that psychological self-defense is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice. It is the choice to stay awake, to keep asking, what is actually happening here? to trust your discomfort before you trust someone's explanation of why you should not feel it. The most defended people in the room are not the most suspicious. They are the most grounded. They know who they are. They know what they will and will not accept. And that clarity, that settled, unmovable clarity, is the most powerful deterrent to manipulation that exists. You now have 8 principles, 8 ways to make yourself harder to reach. Start with 1, the one that feels most urgent, the one that names something you already knew but had not yet put into words. In the next video, we move into one of the most practical skills in dark psychology, how to detect a lie in real time. Not guesswork, not gut feeling, the specific behavioral and linguistic signals that appear when someone is constructing a reality that does not exist. Do not miss it.